Hello, welcome to yoga. Today we are going to be strong and stretchy. So that's going to be fun. Let's get started. We're going to start in a wide-legged child's pose. And we are going to let the belly fall between our legs. And we're going to take some nice even breathing to get ourselves grounded and ready for class. So here we go. Take your feet together. Knees as wide as the mat. If that is not comfortable for you and you feel like that's quite a lot of pressure through the hips, take a narrow-legged child's pose, that's fine. Or your own version, whatever you want to do. And from here, just taking some nice deep breaths, okay? Settling in, allowing the bottom to come back onto the heels. Taking the hands in front of you. If you have space through the shoulders to do that, that's quite nice. If you don't, you can always take the hands out at right, or the elbows out at right angles, up to you. Taking the forehead down, just allow the breath to fall between the thighs. And then as you exhale, sigh it out of the mouth. Find the relaxation coming through the back body. Okay, so we're going to do our even breathing. If my pattern doesn't match yours, then do your own. Okay, so here we go. Let's take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Letting that breath return to its normal pattern, I invite you to come to some kind of intention for today's practice, whatever that might be. If we're looking to do a strong and stretchy, perhaps it's just being accepting of what you can do, allowing everything else to just fall by the wayside. Whatever it might be, hold it in your mind's eye for a moment or two. Take one more deep breath. Fill the lungs, find that movement through the back body as you extend, and then exhale through the mouth. Sigh it all away. And then slowly, carefully walk those hands over to the right-hand side. If you've got space for it, take the left hand on top of the right hand and drop that left shoulder down just a little bit to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Take those nice deep breaths. Find that lovely stretch through the left side body. Nice deep breaths, feeling the ribs expand as the lungs fill with air. And then as you exhale, just shrinking back down again. Walking hands through center. And then over to the left-hand side. And again, taking right hand on top of left hand, allow that right shoulder to drop just a little bit, pushing down into the hands to get that right sit bone connecting with that right heel. Nice deep breaths here, feeling into that right side body this time, really breathing nice and deeply, allowing those ribs to expand with every inhale, and with every exhale, just melt down a little bit more. Okay, walking the hands back through center. From here, take the knees underneath the hips, find a tabletop position. So just stacking those shoulders over the wrist and the hips over the knees. We're just going to start by taking some traditional cat-cows, just warming up the spine, beginning to warm up into the movement. So here we go. We're going to take an inhale, drop the tummy, lift the gaze, open the throat, Push down the hands into the mat. Think about the sit bones looking up towards the ceiling as you take that lovely curve into the spine. As you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. Take the movement from the pelvis as you begin to round through the spine. Feel the stretch of the skin as you push the spine towards the ceiling. Take the gaze towards the belly button or towards the knees or somewhere in between. Hands push down, shins push down. Starting to move with your own breath. The inhales, gaze up, dip the tummy. The exhales, begin to round through the spine. Take the gaze down. Just moving at your own pace. Maybe putting a little bit of a forward and backwards motion in just to move through the wrists and moving over the knees. And then perhaps coming down into a child's pose, bending through the elbows, bringing the body back up again, just moving however you feel like you want to move. So really intuitively listen to your body and see what it gives you. And then when you're ready, we're going to pause back at our table. And we're going to start to take some nice circular motions with the spine. So just dropping down through the elbows, bringing the chest round, and just really, again, listening to what your body needs. Maybe a push back into the heels, maybe not. And then pausing at the top and then taking it in the opposite direction. So with a strong class, I'm going to remind you to work with the options, but always, always listen to your body. If you can't access something in that moment, it doesn't matter. Find an alternative, miss it, it doesn't matter. Just really be mindful you shouldn't be feeling pain in yoga at all. So coming back into your table, here we go. Firstly, we're going to take that right foot away, push through the heel. Keep those hips level. This is our moment to check in with the core. So I want you to think about engaging the pelvic floor muscles. I want you to think about drawing the navel in towards the spine and then drawing the core down. You should be solid here, okay? So we're going to take a moment just to move through those actions, okay? Pushing through that right heel, we're going to then lift that right leg. Okay, keep that core activation in there. If you notice a dip come in your lower back, it's because your core let you down, okay? So if that is the case, you can keep the toes to the mat or you can re-engage at the core. Left arm is going to come long alongside the ear. We're going to take it wide. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Right knee is going to come under to come towards that left elbow and away. Keep the body down the center line. Check the core engagement. Let's take it wide again and hold it here. Right leg is wide, left arm is wide. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Knee comes under, elbow meets knee. Back to where you started. Check your core engagement, body down the center line, it doesn't move. Let's take the left arm wide, the right leg wide. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Right knee comes under, left elbow towards knee, and come back to where you started. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Feet together, knees wide, wide-legged child's pose. Sit back. Push through the hands, get the bottom back onto the heels. Allow the spine to stretch. Take an opportunity to look down, keep the neck long. Spidering up through the fingertips will give you some purchase to push back. Also give you a nice deep stretch through the shoulders. Let's come straight back up. Here we go, table. So from here, take the left leg away. Push through the heel. I want to feel that really nice stretch down the back of that left leg. Core activation, okay? So pelvic floors come up. We want to draw navel in towards spine And then we want to push that core down. We want to feel really secure. From here, lift that left leg. Right arms extending alongside the ear, gaze down between where the hands would be. We're going to take it wide, left leg wide, right arm wide, body down the center line for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center, knee comes under, elbow meets knee. Crunch it in, send it away. Okay, check your core. You know what to do. Let's take it wide. We're going to hold it there. Keep the body down the center line for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back in. Knee comes under towards the elbow. Take it away. Last one. Here we go. Let's take it wide for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back in. Knee comes under towards the elbow and send it away. Right hand comes down. Take the knees down. Narrow-legged child's pose. Push back into the heels. Take the forehead down. Elbows, hands behind you, palms up. Shoulders over the top of the knees. Feel that stretch across the spine. With every inhale, feel the chest push against the thighs. Okay, nice and slowly beginning to unwind. Hands come back down into your table. Set yourself up. From here, we're going to extend that right leg away. We're going to tuck the toes on the left side, engage the core, and then hover that left knee. Okay, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to lift that right leg. We're going to take that right foot towards the ceiling. We're going to lift that right foot for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, couldn't count, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Right foot is going to come through the hands. From here, take a lovely stretch through that hip space. Take the hands down to the mat, just move through that hip space. Don't be afraid to get a little bit of movement into your practice. It feels so nice. I think being static all the time doesn't feel great. Okay, from here, left hand is going to stay down. Open chest towards the right hand side. Bring that right hand up towards the ceiling. Maybe wrap it all the way behind you. Touch the top of that left thigh. Rolling that right shoulder back. Okay, bringing that right hand round. From here, take the right foot back, find a plank. Pausing here. Left foot is going to come in. Okay, so imagining that left knee, well, not imagine, just do, left knee underneath that left hip, okay? Pushing back with that right foot. From here, we're going to lift that right leg, bend the knee. We're going to lift the heel to the ceiling. If it's too much, take the left knee down, okay? Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep the hips level, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot through. Take that opportunity to move into that hip space. Finding that stretch. Are we back on the same leg? We definitely are. Let's switch it out. Hands come down. Take that right foot back. Bring that left foot forward. I'm not sure how we ended up there. Okay. Start to move through that hip space. That feels better. Right hand is going to come down. Left hand comes to open. Opening through that left side. Always option to take that back knee down, untuck that toe. Left hand can come all the way behind you to touch the top of that right thigh, rolling that left shoulder back. And then that left hand is going to come down, tuck the toes, bring that left foot back to join the right. Find yourself in a hovered table. Okay. From here, let's extend that right leg away, left leg away. Find your core, okay? We're in our plank. If it's too much, bring the knees down. Absolutely perfectly brilliant. Finding your plank, whatever that might look like. From here, bend the knees, send the chest back towards the thighs. Take a deep bend into those knees. Find the stretch underneath the feet. Find the stretch through the shoulders. Find a stretch through the Achilles and through the calves. And then float the bottom up. Find a down dog as you begin to pedal out the heels. Really take your time here. This is not one to be rushed. We want to find our down dog. It's our resting pose. We've worked hard already. So we want to find movement through the backs of the legs into the lower back. Okay, let's find our three-legged dog. Right leg is going to lift. Lift the toes towards the ceiling, keep the hips level. Now open the hips to the right side and drop that back knee towards, back foot towards the bottom. Push the hips forward, squeezing the glutes, find the quad stretch. Core work here, right knee high on the right elbow. Left elbow, right elbow. Back to a three-legged dog. Let's go again, right knee, right elbow. Left elbow, right elbow, three-legged dog. Last one, right knee, right elbow, nice and high. Left elbow, nice and high. Right elbow, nice and high. Three-legged dog. From here, take that right foot through the hands. Take a block to the front of your mat if you don't have one there already. Take a moment. From here, we're going to come up into our high lunge. Take a slightly wider stance with the feet so you are really well balanced. Push back with that back heel, nice strong back leg. Draw in the core, make sure that the ribs aren't flaring open, but you're really strong here. Bend over that front ankle. Okay, a little bit of work, here we go. Take that left knee down, squeeze to lift. Come into your warrior three, lifting that back leg, hinging at the hips. Right hand can come down, open those hips to the left, half moon, hips come back, warrior three, step back into your high lunge. We're going to go for 5 of these, okay? Here we go. Lower knee, left knee comes down, squeeze to lift. Here we go. Warrior three. Take your hand to that block if you need a little bit of balance. Open the hips to the left side. Come back to your warrior three. Step it back into your high lunge. Okay. Did we say 3 or 5? I think we'll go for 5. Okay, here we go. For 3, drop that back knee. Squeeze to lift. Warrior three. Find your half moon. Bring those hips level. Back into your high lunge. 2 more. Lower the back knee. Let's lift. Warrior three. Open the hips. Half moon. Back into your high lunge. Here we go. I've got terrible counting skills whilst I'm talking. I'm going to go for my last one. Drop the back knee. Squeeze to lift. It's not my fault. I just can't do 2 things. Find your warrior three. Open the hips. Close the hips. Back into your high lunge. Nearly lost it. That would have been fun for everyone. Take the hands down. Take that right foot back. Walk those heels out. Okay. From here, we're going to go and firmly move into a dolphin. Are you ready? Okay, if you hate dolphin, you don't have to do it. You shouldn't hate something. If you would like to go into dolphin, here we go. We're going to bring the forearms down. You can either keep them so they're parallel or bring the hands together, push the fist and the forearms down into the mat. Find space around the shoulders and the ears. We're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lift the right leg up for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Left leg goes up for 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down. Find a narrow-legged child's pose. Bring the forehead down, the shoulders melt over the knees. Take a breath. Feel pretty proud of yourselves. Dolphin is so hard. Allow the heart rate to start to drop before we lift it again. Nice and slowly come out of your ball or out of your child's pose. You're going to bring the hands back down, find your table. And let's go on the other side. If you've got a block, move it to the other side because you know you're going to need it in a minute. All right, so here we go. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. All right, it's already strong. Draw that core under. Bring that chest back towards the thighs. Sit down into the heels. Find that stretch through the underside of the feet, through the calves, the Achilles, through the shoulders. Nice relaxed neck. And then send the bottom up. You've already been here before. You know what your downward facing dog looks like. Walk out those heels if it feels good. And then let's go. Left leg is going to lift. Keep the hips level. Open the hips. Drop that left foot towards the bottom. Squeeze the glutes. Push the hips forward. And then here for the core. Here we go. Left knee high on that left elbow. To the right side. To the left side. 3-legged dog. 2 more. That's it. Left knee high on the left elbow. On the right. On the left. 3-legged dog. Reach the toes to the ceiling. Last one. Left knee high. Right knee high. Left knee high. 3-legged dog. Left foot comes through the hands. Widen that foot just a little bit wider so you've got a nice stable stance. And then come up into your high lunge. Okay. Again, making sure those ribs aren't flaring. Want to draw that core in. Strong back leg, push through that back heel. You know what we're doing, so let's not hang about. Going to drop that back knee down. Squeeze the glutes to lift back up. Keep that bend in the front knee. Here we go, warrior 3. Beginning to hover that torso down as the back leg lifts. And then left hand can come down, open the hips. Oh gosh, to the right side. I found my terribly weaker side. Close the hips off. Come back into your high lunge. Nice strong back leg. Here we go, drop the back knee down. Squeeze to lift. Warrior 3. Open the hips. Close the hips. Back into your high lunge. Here we go for number 3. Drop that back knee. Hovering. Squeeze to lift. Warrior 3. Open hips to the right. You don't need to use a block. I mean, I do, but you don't need to. Close the hips off. Come back, high lunge. Strong back leg. Lower down. Squeeze to lift. Warrior 3. Open the hips out. Close the hips off. Big step back. Last one. Lower that back knee down. Squeeze to lift. Warrior three. Open the hips out. Close the hips off. Large step back. Brilliant job. All right. Hands are going to come down. Bring that left foot back to join the right. Pedal out those heels. Take a moment in down dog. Just hold it there. I'm going to take 3 breaths. Nice, long resting breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale through the mouth, release. Take an inhale. And then exhale through the mouth, release. Last one. Take an inhale. Exhale through the mouth and release. Okay. From here, we're going to come down into our dolphin. Bring the forearms down. You know we've been here before. Bring the hands together if you prefer that, or keep the hands or the forearms parallel. Thinking about the sit bones lifting towards the ceiling. So if you are tight in the hamstrings, maybe you take a micro bend into those knees. If you have flexy hamstrings, then perfect. You can always walk those feet in just a little bit more. We're going to hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg lifts for 3, 2, 1. Lower. Left leg lifts for 3, 2, 1. And lower. Bring the knees down. Bring the forehead down. Find a child's pose. Hands come behind you. Lowering that heart rate. Taking a breath. Okay. Slowly and carefully unwinding. Bring the hands down. We're going to just bring those toes down. Come back into your down dog. For a moment, we're going to take that right foot forward. Okay. Finding that comfortable position. Come up into your high lunge. We're going to take the hands to the hips. Taking a moment here, I'm going to just tap into our balance. Take that left arm forward, right arm is going to come back, moving the chest round towards the right side. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. Take that left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Draw the chest round. From here, we're going to take a step with that left foot. It's going to come forward and join the right. It can be lots of little steps or one big step. Push the hands together, keep the bottom low, bring the chest round. And then open out. Left hand comes down, right arm is going to open towards the ceiling. From here, bring the hands back together. Large step back or lots of little ones with that left foot. Hands are going to come down. Back into your down dog. Walk out those heels. Okay. And then from here, right. No. Left foot is going to come through the hands. Dangerous if we end up keep doing the same side twice. Okay. From here, come up into your high lunge. Push back with that back heel. Okay, we're going to turn now towards that left side. Right arm is going to come forward. Bring the ribs round. Left arm is going to come back. Keep that left knee over the top of that left ankle. Keeping breathing. Taking the hands together. Right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Push down through the hands to move that chest round. Strong back knee, strong back leg, push the kneecap, back of the knee up towards the ceiling. Okay, from here, lots of little steps or one big step. Bring that right foot to the top of your mat. Draw the chest round, dip the bottom, tuck the tailbone. Take a moment. And then open, right hand down, left hand lifts. Take the gaze towards the ceiling. Hands come back together. Come to the toes on the right side. Again, lots of little steps or one big, oh gosh, big step back. Come back to my intention. Be grateful for what I can do. From here, hands come down, left leg joins right. Begin to just pedal out those heels one more time. And then we're going to bring the knees down, cross the ankles and bring the legs out in front of you. Okay. All right. So sitting up nice and tall. Bring the block between the knees, squeeze the knees together. Okay, we should be feeling it on the inner thighs. So you've got that strength already. Sitting up nice and tall, bring the feet up. From here, take the hands alongside the knees or alongside the shins. And we're just going to extend the legs away and then come back. That's not too tricky. I'm going to go for 10, okay? So 10. Bring it back in. For 9. 8. 7. For 6. For 5. For 4. You can hear my shaky voice. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Remove the block. Roll back onto your mat. Bring the knees in towards you. Maybe making circles on the lower back. In one direction, and then changing it up for the other direction. And then from here, just extend that right leg away. That left knee comes in just towards that left armpit, really allowing that little pinch into the left hip. Start to push through both heels. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and down onto the mat. Releasing off, take that right hand to the outside of that left knee, drawing the knee across the body, maybe using a block to meet it, so bring the floor up to you. Left hand can come along away from you, gazing over the left fingertips if it's comfortable. Coming all the way back up. And then this time we're going to take that left knee over the top. So imagine you're crossing your legs, just drawing both knees in towards you. So using this opportunity to either take hold of the shins or the ankles of the feet, using a strap if you need to. Drawing both knees in towards you, finding that deep, deep stretch into the glutes on that left side or your leading leg, whichever one you've gone for. Taking the opportunity to allow the heart rate to slow down. The start of bits of relaxation beginning to creep in. Just unwinding those legs. From here, left leg extends, right knee comes in, interlace the fingers just below that knee and drawing the knee in towards that right shoulder. Push through the heels. Keep those shoulders back and down onto the mat. Neck is long. And then releasing, left hand to the outside of that right knee. Draw it across the body, right arm can extend, gaze over those fingertips. And then coming all the way back, right knee or right leg crosses over left, and then draw those knees right in towards the chest. Using the breath here with every exhale, just finding that deeper stretch, bringing the knees just a little bit closer towards you. Deep stretch into the glutes of that leading leg, which if you're on the same one as me is your right side. I want to take the opportunity to apologise if I've miscounted at any point throughout class, or if you've done one side twice. I clearly need to put on my self-development list multitasking. Okay, just unwrapping those legs, and then finally just finding a happy baby. Bring hands to the outside of those feet, draw those knees in towards the shoulders. I want you to imagine the whole length of the spine is on the mat. So pushing the tailbone away to try and get it to touch down, thinking about the neck being long, the chin ever so slightly tilted in just to get that full length on the mat. Shoulders are back and down, with space through the hips. And then the knees come together. Wrap yourself into a ball. Bring your forehead up to meet your knees. Recline child's pose. Take a moment. And then when you're ready, just finding your way towards your final Savasana. Allowing the feet to extend away from you. Allowing yourself some space on the mat. And then just starting to focus in on your breathing. Such a simple thing, yet exactly what we need to do. Today we're going to go to a lakeside. I want you to imagine that you are relaxing by a beautiful, calm lake. And the breeze softly blows around you. And you notice that the lake has thousands of tiny ripples just moving across it. One chasing the other, chasing the other. And then you notice that your surroundings here are just so calm. It brings you a complete sense of peace. Allow that feeling to wash over your body. From top to toes, toes to top. You breathe in deeply. You allow that peacefulness to fill you up. You allow yourself to let thoughts enter your mind. And then, like those ripples, you just watch them disappear. You notice the birds are singing. The gentle breeze just allows the leaves to dance. You hear that soft chirping sound and that gentle rustle. You take a nice deep breath in and then allow peacefulness to fill you up. And then you exhale, grow heavy, succumb to that feeling of relaxation. You allow yourself a gentle smile to creep across your face. You've given yourself some time today. You've worked hard, you've challenged yourself. You've shown up just for yourself. And by doing so, you can support everybody around you. Taking a deep breath in and releasing through the mouth, a cleansing breath. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Take a full breath in. Release through the mouth. Cleansing breath, releasing breath. 1 more deep breath in. Sigh it all away. Release that breath. I want you to return back to your intention that you set yourself at the beginning of class today. Take a moment to hold it there. Be proud of yourself. Know that you came here today, and all of that good work that you've done will give you a little bit more positivity to bring into the rest of your week. I ask you now just to start to awaken the body, starting to move through the body, a wiggle of the toes and a waggle of the fingers, just starting to move, bring life back to the body. Starting to inhale, maybe a breath through one side, and then extend through the other on the exhale, just moving. Listening to what your body needs and doing it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon.